Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here. So today I wanted to do my updated Crusadia OTK deck. About the only change I might make in the coming months would be to add Dark Ruler No More, because that will be released in the structure deck, and it's just gonna be a really good budget option for decks like this. But yeah, that is about the only upcoming change we would possibly make to this. Right now, I think it's really nice. Really, it's probably one of the easier OTK decks to easily get into an OTK, and it plays the Kaiju engine, of course, which is just really good for that. So yeah, let's get right into it. If you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe. And we are starting off with one of the better ones, Crusadia Maximus. He's a level 4. Pretty much all of the Crusadia monsters can special summon from the hand to a zone a link monster points to, just for free. Really nice. And then with him, you can target a Crusadia link monster, and if it battles an opponent's monster, any damage it inflicts is doubled. So that is really good. Other monsters you control can attack, but you're going to be boosting that link monster up, hopefully pretty high with that effect. The other level 4 that we play is Crusadia Draco. He is also extremely good. Again, you can just special summon from the hand to a zone a link monster points to. And if he is summoned that way, you could target a Crusadia monster in your graveyard, or sorry, a Crusadia card in your graveyard, and add it to your hand. Usually it's going to be a monster, but you could do one of your spells as well. We also are playing 3 Crusadia Arborea. This is actually a tuner. In this particular version, I'm not really taking advantage of that, but it is just a really nice free monster to get out there. And then also, if this card is in your graveyard, if a Crusadia monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can just banish this from your graveyard or from your field also. Usually you're going to want to do it when it's in the grave though, just good protection there. We are also playing 3 Reclusia. Again, just special summon this for free from your hand to a zone a link monster points to. And then if this card is normal or special summoned to a zone a link monster points to, you can just target a Crusadia card you control and one card your opponent controls and destroy them. So again, that's a good card to help us when we're going second. Really good. And the worst one is Leonis, but he is still just, again, a free monster to get on field. You could target a Crusadia link monster you control, and if it attacks a defense position monster, it can inflict piercing battle damage. So that's really its only effect, so it's not that great, and it's level 3. But yeah, still, again, just a free monster you can get on board. And then some of our, or basically our only kind of extender is Parallel Exceed. Basically, this is just a free level 4 on board, free monster on board. If you link summon, you're just going to be able to special summon this, and then also special summon another Parallel Exceed from your deck, and then it'll become a level 4. So yeah, this card just free monsters on board, basically is what that's saying. And for a deck like this, that can go into all kinds of links to just easily destroy your opponent's board. This card just comes in handy. And then we're going second most of the time, so added in a Pinkertops. Again, just a free monster on board. That's what pretty much all these are, just free monsters on board. And a Disruption as well. And then in addition to all these, Kaijus are really nice. And you particularly want to play the higher attack ones because of our Crusadia Equimax. He is going to be able to gain attack equal to the original attack of all monsters he points to. So you're hoping he's going to be pointing to a Kaiju that your opponent controls that you gave them. And then when you're dealing double damage, it just becomes crazy at that point. So 2 Thunder King, 2 Jizukuru, 1 Doggoran, and 1 Radian. So 6 I felt was the perfect number. It works out great in this deck. And then for our hand traps, might as well go with the best hand trap in the game, Psyframe Gear Gamma, 3, and then the one driver you have to play. But yeah, not much to say about that. Simply the best card when you have to go second. You just love seeing this Gamma. You know you're just going to hurt your opponent really bad in some way with this card. It's so good. For our spells, play the one Revival. That's our field spell. It makes all Crusadia Link monsters you control gain 500 attack. And then you can target one Crusadia Link monster you control. And then it can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. And then other monsters you control cannot attack. So that's kind of your OTK enabler, I guess. One of them. Crusadia Power. Really nice quick play. It's basically making your whatever Crusadia monster you pick unaffected by card effects except its own. And then Crusadia Testament. Couple decent effects. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Crusadia monster effects this turn. So that's kind of cool. And then also after damage calculation, if your Link monster, Crusadia Link monster, destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can draw cards equal to your monster's Link rating. So you can potentially draw, 3, 4 cards. Really nice. And then of course with all those kaijus, you of course are playing 3 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Blow up the board, special summon a kaiju to your opponent's field and your field. And then if it's in the graveyard, you can just banish it. And then add a kaiju monster from your deck to your hand. Amazing card. 1 Reinforcement of the Army to search out your Arborea. Again, you're just searching a free extender, basically. Mind Control, amazing card going second. Monster Reborn, just, again, get your free monsters on board. Called by the Grave. You do search, a decent amount with this deck. So you don't want to get ashed at the wrong point. And then Red Reboot. Just kind of I guess it's kind of a tech card, but I just see so many decks that play a lot of traps. So just shutting off their traps for that turn, because pretty much with this deck you're going to be able to get rid of their monsters most of the time. So it's just down to those pesky traps, and so Red Reboot comes in handy sometimes. That's the main deck. Extra deck, of course, playing the 2 Magius, just requires 1 Link monster, and then if an effect monster is special summoned to his zone, you'll be able to search any Crusadia monster. Really nice. 2 Regulex, it's a Link 2, and then if a monster is special summoned to his zone, you can add 1 Crusadia spell and trap from your deck to your hand. So that's the main reason we play just 1 of each of those, because they're extremely searchable by Regulex, so not a problem there. And then we play the Equimax. So he's going to gain attack equal to the combined original attack of all monsters he points to. So usually you're going to at least have 1 monster on your field, and then you're hoping to have a monster like a kaiju or something in the zone he points to. So you get him up pretty high there. And then you can tribute a Crusadia that this card points to and target a face-up card your opponent controls and negate its effects. Really, really nice card. And then we also are playing Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. So again, most of the time you're going to be having Equimax and then 1 monster he points to. And then if you need to go into Avermax, you can always just take that other Crusadia that you have that he's pointing to, make it a Magius, and then you can go into Crusadia fairly easily. Basically off of just 2 cards, 2 Crusadia monsters in your opening hand, you can go into Avermax, which is super, super good. Playing a Ningirsu, basically he's just going to be able to get rid of a card that can't be targeted, because he's just going to, you can just send 1 card from either player's field to the graveyard, so it doesn't target, it doesn't destroy, it's just sending a card from the field to the grave. So it comes in handy, and again, it's easy to make. You just need 2 Link monsters. And then the Nightmares, Of course, they're so good for just destroying boards. Cerberus, get rid of a monster. Phoenix, get rid of a spell and trap. Unicorn, shuffle anything into the deck super easily. The Topologics are also really nice, again, because they get effects off when a monster is special summoned to their zone, which, of course, any Crusadia monster is just a free summon to their zone. So this is going to be really nice for getting rid of spells and traps. Topologic Bomber is going to get rid of all monsters in the main monster zones. So those both are really nice. And then again, we can make rank 4s fairly easily with this deck. So doing a Dugaris, with this version, you're mostly, I mean, heck, you use any of these effects, but doubling the attack of one monster you control is just a super cheap way of just stealing a game. And then we have the Tornado Dragon for just any pesky spell and trap that might be inhibiting you from just easily OTKing. And then if you have no other plays, and you just have 2 level 4 monsters, it's nice to just have a Baguska to hopefully just stall out. People always forget about this card, and most decks can just not play around it. So I found a defense position Baguska is sometimes just really nice to have. Just stalls the game for a couple turns. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. It's one of my favorites. I love Crusadias. Any way you play it, there's Crusadia Dragon Link. There's this Kaiju Crusadia OTK version. It's just a really cool deck. I really like it. Hope you guys did as well. And we'll catch you on the next one.